Hello crafty friends, I'm Vicky, this is Catmon Crafts and I've left my coffee over there. Bear with. I have now retrieved my coffee. It's because I wanted to move my thing. I really do need to get a new battery for my clicker. Anyway, so I'm rearranging how I'm doing things. I believe I mentioned it a little bit in my crafting chat. Sorry, I've just been running up and down stairs. Oxygen, it's good for you. So rather than trying to do amigurumi and cross stitch and a regular crochet project and a blanket and 2 jobs and a house, I'm streamlining a bit. Means everything's going to take a wee bit longer, possibly, but I should in theory have the energy to do it. So I like to start my day with amigurumi. I don't know why, but I do. And finish with something that doesn't require an awful lot of thought, which is normally my crochet of the larger variety, where 9 times out of 10 I can just sit there and which there's a lot of in our house at the moment, because first thing in the morning, last thing at night, thing 2 is doing revision from books, but also revision via YouTube. So this morning, I had the joys of being barely caffeinated and physics. But it is what it is, and he's relatively happy doing it that way. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do is, even on the days I'm at work, do my amigurumi at morning. At morning? Words are hard. In the morning, either before I go to work or just to get my eyes open, get myself caffeinated and get going. Sorry, I just got distracted by the weather. It's horrible. It started raining last night and it literally hasn't stopped. And because the bus for where thing 2 goes to school is notoriously unreliable, it's not like a city transport bus, it's a coach that the school contract to come and pick kids up and whatnot. And if he's got an exam first thing, he doesn't need the stress of worrying about the bus is going to get there. So, don't know if you heard that, but somebody beeped. So I've said I'll take him. Now I've spoken with the gaffer on the days that I work, and she's put both me and herself in the second dispatch slot for our little company, and she picks me up because she has to come past me from hers to work. So she's put herself and me in the second dispatch slot, which is fair enough on the days where I'm taking him in and I'm working on the same day. That, again, neither here nor there. So, but either then on a non-working day or a day I get back from work, It's going to be cross stitch until such time as I lose the light or I get a headache. And that's going to be decided by whip go. And then this is from the 25th, because whip go is called on the 25th, so from the 26th in fact. And then after I've lost light or headaches kicked in, then it's going to be my crochet or my knitting or, oh gosh, sorry, whatever the call is, but something I don't have to sit and put too much brain power into. Apart from when I'm babysitting, because my friend has wonderful light with cross stitching. I think I mentioned that the other day as well. Richie, never lose those lights, Angel. They're wonderful. Brilliant stitching lights. I know Richie watches this. So yes, nights when I'm babysitting, that's going to be cross stitching, because I can, in the 6 to 7 hours that I'm there, I can put a big hole in some projects. Or not put big holes in projects is kind of the point. Anyway, I've not even got onto the yarny stuff yet, and I'm talking rubbish. So yeah, apart from the Sundays where at my mum's, where it's going to be a crochet thing all day, because I don't really need to be focusing. Or Sundays when I'm here, it's going to be the same. It's most of the day cross stitch. Anyway, whip go, by the way, just to explain, so you get, it's like bingo but for your whips, and it can apply for sewing, crochet, art, jumps around the house, which I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you know. And basically what it is you pick 12 things, and you give yourself a 5x5 grid. You pick 12 things and they go in twice, each thing. So for example, no, you don't need to pick 12, you could pick however many, but they go in, you need to fill 24 plus a 3 or 25 squares basically. And as it's called, that thing gets worked on. So I've got whip goes now for cross stitch, my general crochet whips and my blankety whips. So we'll be finding out soon what it is. Anyway, right. And that was invented by a cross stitcher. I can't remember the name of the channel, but there is a Facebook group as well. It's actually a really good idea, because it forces you to, it sort of, if you want your treat, whatever it may be, it kind of gets you working on things that you wouldn't necessarily, that you just go, oh no, let's get it outside. That you don't really want a UFO or frog, but you just, you don't want to, basically. Anyway, just stop making noise now, Vicky. Right. Who have I been watching? So, last time we blasted through the C's, but the time before that we got as far as F. So, we're going H to J now. All will be tagged and or linked, whatever I can technologically manage. So, Hooked by Robin, Hooked on Wishing, Hook That Yarn, Crystal, Infinitely Zero, J Hook Magic, J Hook Crochet, Words Are Hard, Jada Who's Mrs Moon, Jamie Marie Crafts, Jen's Hobby Nook, Joe's Web, Juan, our Juan, who needs no introduction. Juan. I don't know why I'm clearly having a completely wappy day. I don't feel full of energy, but my brain is really squirrely and silly, so I apologise. Oh no, I can't be doing with this. No, I'm going to do it one more time because it just made me giggle. Our Jules, lovely Jules at Lovely Jules Jewel Crafts, and Just Vintage Crochet. Right, and go back a page again. Mainly so that I don't have to sit making silly noises. I just say I don't know what's going on. I'm physically tired, but my brain's just like vroom, 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 vroom. Just like that. New starts. I have a new start, and I put it somewhere terribly sensible in my Alice in Wonderland bag. So you may remember Thing One bought me, no, not Thing One, well Thing One did buy me some yarn, but Thing Two bought me some Stylecraft Merino for Christmas. And I was going to make the Tiny Dancer jumper, and I looked at it and looked at it and looked at it and went, nope, I can't do that. So I'm making a triangle shawl, which I can do. So I've got two 50-gram balls of Stylecraft Merino in slate blue. And I'm going to just granny my way through one 50-gram ball. And then I bought this Line Yarns Merino 150. This was when I went to the local yarn store, or one of them, and that's 50 grams, so that's going to go in. And then, so at the moment we're looking like that. Well, we're not, we're a tiny triangle at the moment, but we will be looking like that. And then there's another 150 gram. Not 150, 50. And then just to finish it off, because I quite like utilising fingering weight, 4-ply, whatever you call it, Stylecraft acrylic 4-ply. This is a 100-gram ball. A pigeon just fell off my roof. Interesting. Yeah, but it's a similar colour, so I can just tootle off any finishing bits. And another one just flew off. So it's going to be a big shawl, huge, but there's going to be plenty of squish and all the wrappings up. I'm using a 4.5mm crochet hook just to get the swoosh. And because I've got a bit of time up until the 25th, I think this is going to get some more love. Oh, stitch marker. Delicate stitch marker. Stitch marker delicate. This one. My little poodle. There we go. So next time I see you, or next time I come in for an update, we'll be able to tell how much I've done. Not today, because today's Wednesday as I'm filming. No, that's the wrong way around. So it's focus piece day today. Right, what's next? Yes. Wrong bag. And this is also why I need whip guide, because I can never remember what's in which bag. So, the other yarns that Thing2 bought me. If you remember, I'd made that really pathetic start on a neckband of a t-shirt. Wasn't big enough for my head. So, everything's come out. I've had a switch around of colours. And I'm making a granny square vest top. Although I'm thinking, because it's going to be lined, I don't really like solid grannies. I like grannies. So I'm thinking I'm going to pull this out, and I think tomorrow or Friday, whichever day I'm not working on the shawl, I'm going to start just doing it grannies. Because I really don't like solid grannies. I don't know why I keep trying to do them. But they just get on my nerves. So yes, I bought like a boob tube to line it. So it's going to be on like diamond shaped. So one square here going down like that. Or two squares. And then the same on the back, and then squares in the middle and around the bottom, and then I'll just straighten it out at the bottom with some half square things and put some straps on. But I know, because I've got a liner for it, which is a tie-dye purple liner, and is downstairs, this boob tube, I know I'm alright just doing regular grannies. So that will be another restart, a restart next time you see it. Even if it's not got that much progress, it might just be a square. So, what else? Hello. Hi. Did you thought I'd left you? Come on then. Are you going to say hello to the peoples? No, the peoples are over there. Say hello. Okay, don't say hello. So there's also Violet, which I don't think has had any or much more love since the video on Tuesday, because I suddenly remembered from out of nowhere, because that's how my brain works, that I decided I was going to do the mix and match challenge. I heard about that from Nova Gnome Creations. I can't for the life of me remember where it came from, but it suddenly occurred to me that that finishes at the end of the month, and I need to get a wiggle on. And it's a cat wearing a pair of dungarees with a mushroom hat thing on its head. So this is where we are for that. Not far off finish the body. I've got to do the head and then the hat, and then I'm just going to make some chains for the dungaree straps, which will go over the back. So yes, the dungaree cat, mushroom hat cat, mushroom hat dungaree cat is making some progress. So, and after this I've got some more time sensitivo amigurumi to do. So after I finish Dungaree Cat. If I get it finished by the 31st, well and good. If not, oh well. So it may be a while till we see Violet. Violet can go back on her shelf. The bag, by the way, that my amigurumis live in, and this is the same for my Impkins or my Hawking Historical, is this little bag that I bought in India. It's a gorgeous, like, elephant handbag tote thing. It's not really big and not really pockety enough for me for it to be a handbag, and it's not big enough to be a shopping bag, so it's a project bag, because of course it is. What are you doing down there, Lil? Yeah, come on now. You're not required to say hello to the peoples, although the peoples I'm sure would appreciate it. Yeah. So, the Hexie cardigan. Last time we looked at it, we were there. So I've put the final 5 rows on the sleeve before I add the cuffs. I've lengthened this shoulder divider bit and the other one, and I've fully attached the square strips to the middle and put a tidy upper row, I don't know, to balance it out along the bottom. And I've made a start on the second panel. So there's only this panel to finish, and I think we're about halfway through this panel. Hang on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so I've got 4 more rows in this colour, 5 full rows in the next, and then another 5, so 10 in total on the sleeves, and then back to this colour for 5 rows. Join it, add some length onto the bottom, then do a collar, the cuffs and the ribbon. So if this gets called next month, it's entirely possible, it might not, but it's entirely possible that we will have this finished quite soon. The blue bonnet, I don't think has had that much love. In fact, hasn't had, has had precisely a row and a half of love. So not doing too much progress there, but it will be, because eventually it will get called in. It'll get called in Whip Dad. And Coco's blanket. This was where I realised I was starting to struggle. That's all I've done since we last saw you. That blue was a pain in the rear end. But yeah, that was where that was the point where I was like, it was getting to 11:30, and I was like, I need to streamline this. So, make-alongs, or what I'm classing as make-alongs. I've finished my Impkin, but you'll see that end of next month. I've joined, got all my squares for my boggy blanket joined. So I've got 2 more months of making and 2 more months of joining to go on that. My temperature blanket, mainly yellow, even though it's piddling it down now. So that's where we're at with that. Hopefully we should get some oranges coming through. Maybe soon, or a bit more yellow. I'm wondering, given how hot it got last year and the year before, if I want to add 2 more colours, because I'm doing it in bands of 5 degrees. So yellow, don't nom the progress keeper. Yellow was 21 to 25, orange is 26 to 30, and red currently is 31 plus. Given it was in the 40s at times last year, I'm wondering if I want to go like brown after red, brown, and then black. I can always see what it averages out at, and if I need to buy a bit more, I need to buy a bit more. But we'll see. But yes, that's where it's coming along. We're not yet at the halfway point, but we will be soon. Although it is going to have 13 banks of colour, so not that soon. And then the movie marquee for this month was, what was it? I think it was Bella's pick, and it was She's the Man. But that's where we're at now, and yes, there is a flappy bit going upwards. I need to put 2 more squares on that. I might do that at a babysitting one night, or building at least, because then all I need to do is my colour for the month, so that was this month, and then 3 squares to go round it. So if I just fling that over my shoulder, so we've got January, February, March, can't remember what January's was. February's was Down with Love. March was Sam, and it was 5 Nights at Freddy's. Something. Oh, rock. Something rock. It was Heather's pick. It was a film with Tom Cruise. I'll stick the title in. So anyway, that was that. Down with Love was Bella's pick in February. 5 Nights at Freddy's was Samantha's pick in March. Then we had Heather's pick, Dazed and Confused, April. Bella, She's the Man, May. Oh, that's going to really annoy me now. So it was a musical. Little bit Coyote Ugly-ish. Very 80s. Rock of Ages. There we go. I knew I'd get there in the end. And I've just realised I've done this all in one massive section. That'll make life easier for editing. So, plans. Going forward. WIPGO is called on the 25th. So, as I said, I have no idea what I'll be working on in June. I will let you know on Tuesday. And last month was my first month doing it for cross stitch, but I just played catch up. This month will be my first month doing it for assorted other crafts. I'm doing a planning video on Friday, filming it on Friday, but it'll be out on Tuesday. So 25th is the Saturday when I'm editing. I'll do a editing Vicky update. So I'm going to have 2 whips, either from my gifted yarns or my long-standing, not abandoned, but a little bit neglected whips. And I've just realised there was one I've forgotten. Oops. There might be more than one I've forgotten actually. I've got no idea what's going on in here. What are you? You're empty. Yeah. So I am going to have a proper butcher's. It might just be that everything gets 1 month and then back in the cycle. I don't know at this point. Anyway, theoretically, there is 2 whips from the general whip heap and 2 blankets and also 2 cross stitches, with another 2 just new starts on cross stitch, because I do me, and me collects whips. So yeah, and then there's just the normal make-alongs. So I'm going to let you go. Look after yourselves, please, because if you don't look after yourselves, you can't look after anybody else. I told you I'm in a very silly mood today. In the immortal words of Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other. And as ever, love you 9000. Bye.